Hello Heptagon, it's Friday, and in the spirit of my copy of Let It Snow waiting for me at the library, I thought I would talk about a couple of nerdy books that I've liked.
Making videos happily on Nerdfighteria Island, on Nerdfighteria Island.
The first book that I'm going to talk about is called Geektastic. It's by, I think, 25 different authors, and it's kind of just a collection of really geeky short stories. Some of the authors include M.T. Anderson, Libba Bray, Cassandra Clare, John Green, Scott Westerfield, Sarah Zarr, and there are other authors, but those are a couple of the authors that I've read books by. So I read Geektastic earlier this summer, so I don't really remember like who wrote what, but I do remember a couple of the short stories, and some of them were really good. Although I really liked most of the short stories, I didn't get a couple. There were a couple short stories with a lot of like Klingon references or just things that I didn't really get, or like LARPing, or I haven't really watched Star Wars or Star Trek, so I don't really understand references from those types of things. Yeah, Geektastic is a really good collection of short stories if you like to read short stories, and I would definitely recommend it to any nerd fighter. The second nerdy book that I've read recently is called Into the Wild Nerd Yonder. It's about this high school sophomore that has these friends that have kind of turned into poser punks, and she's not really into that, so she gets new friends because her friends aren't being the greatest people. And these friends are the Dungeons and Dragons people, and she isn't really a nerd. She doesn't consider herself a nerd, even though you kind of see that she is. She just doesn't consider herself one. So as the story goes on, she starts to play Dungeons and Dragons, and she just fits into this social group. And although it's not the best writing that I've ever read, it's really cute, and I would recommend this book also. Although I don't have experience playing Dungeons and Dragons and a lot of the references that this book offers, I thought it was still really relatable and a really good book. So I guess that's it. DFTBA, Heptagon, I'll talk to you in less than an hour.